Many dogs have a miserable start to life, but with help from some caring individual, there's always a chance of a better future. A dog named Dodger is a perfect example. The Black Lab mix was discovered dragging his back legs along Highway 30 in St. Louis County in September of this year, but the once severely injured pooch is now able to stand on all four legs. He had reportedly been shot in the back with a pellet gun. The pellet was found still lodged in his spine. Since the dog was found and picked up by a Good Samaritan, Open Door Animal Sanctuary immediately jumped to the rescue, providing shelter, nourishment, and medical care, including surgery to remove the pellet and hydrotherapy to help him move again. Although Dodger is not yet able to walk, the fact that he can stand on his own is a huge step in the right direction, meaning he may soon be placed up for adoption. Open Door Animal Sanctuary is also determined to find out who harmed the now 4-month-old puppy. The organization is offering a $1,000 reward for anyone with information about the suspects responsible for shooting Dodger. Anyone with a pet knows there's a never-ending selection of unique and sometimes bizarre items. Currently, there's a brand new website out there offering condoms for dogs and cats. The elaborate modern site has links, photos, and what appears to be clickable videos offering information concerning talking to your pet about protection and tips on dog sex addiction. There are also options about knowing what condom size is right for your pet and information on how to put it on. Although it would seem to the average web user that the site is legitimate, PetCondoms.org is actually a promotional stunt for the San Francisco Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals. The innovative marketing campaign has one goal in mind: to ask pet owners to take care of their breeding dog the proper way. Basically, the condoms, which are adaptly named Animal Instincts, do not exist. If any of the informational or product links are clicked, a little window pops right up noting, "Come on, there's only one real fix: spay or neuter your pet." There is, however, additional information in the window, complete with the SPCA's phone number and a friendly suggestion for pet owners to make an appointment.
With an only on Fox, a trip to the diner results in a nightmare for a local veteran. Hello, everyone. I'm Heather Hedgedas.
And I'm Melissa Mahan. Well, James Glasser, he called us after the owner of a diner threw him out because of his service dog. Tonight, our Jessica Reyes live in Oxford. Jess, what exactly happened?
Well, Melissa and Heather, this is a disabled Iraq veteran that we're talking about here. He says he went into a local restaurant here in Oxford with his service dog the other day, only to be screamed at and shown the door.
He's my savior, my best bud.
After 21 years in the Air Force, James Glasser has fought his fair share of battles. But on Saturday, he fought one he never thought he'd have to.
Got 21 distinguished years in the military. For everything we've done, we just shouldn't be treated like that.
Glasser is a disabled Iraq veteran and suffers from severe PTSD, which is why he has his service dog, Jack.
Many times he's waking me up from night sweats and terrors. And then during the day when I get upset and mad or something scares me or whatever, he comes up and claws my chest.
On Saturday, Glasser, his wife, and Jack went to the Big Eyes in Oxford for breakfast, but he says they were instead served a big injustice.
And I see the guy in the kitchen turn around and say, "Get that fake service dog out of my restaurant."
He says Russell Ireland, who owns Big Eyes, showed them the door the second they walked inside.
Took out the paperwork and went to the window, and I said, "I have his certification paperwork right here. He's not fake. He's 100% legit." He's like, "I don't give it. I don't have time for that. Get out of my restaurant."
Glasser called police, who told Ireland Jack has all of the necessary paperwork, but still he refused to let them inside.
He didn't believe that it was a service dog. I tried to, reestablish with him that that's not the case. This is a legitimate service dog and a combat veteran.
No charges were brought against Ireland, but Glasser says he does plan to file a complaint with the Americans with Disabilities Act and definitely won't be going back to the restaurant.
I wouldn't give my money there whatsoever anymore. Plus, he's asked that I not come back, and I'm going to respect his wishes.
And we did go by Ireland's house earlier tonight to try and get his side of all of this, but he told us that he did not want to give us a comment. We're live in Oxford tonight. I'm Jessica Reyes, Fox 25 News.
We see the ads every day. Dogs lost, dogs found.
He sent me a text and he was like, hey, a dog showed up at our house.
Except this pit bull wasn't looking for home.
Given all of the scars on her and everything, and you can tell that she's been bred relentlessly over and over and over again.
She was looking for help.
And that's when I discovered that her teeth had been pulled out and filed down, and I just started crying. Like, I immediately started bawling. Come on, baby.
Not only was Mama Jade severely abused, she has cancer. It's why 23-year-old Christiana Willis wrote a Craigslist ad of her own. Not to find the owners, but to tell them Mama Jade will never go back.
I just decided to write this post because I was just so angry.
Since the ad posted, it's gone viral.
Around 7 last night, I had just over 7,000 emails.
Christiana just created this Facebook page at 3 o'clock this morning, and so far tens of thousands of people have liked the Mama Jade page. Now, we opened this Facebook page up just moments ago. So far, there are 38,444 likes. A few moments later, I'll open up my Facebook page, and you see there have been more than 39,000 likes.
Jean Harrison with Big Fluffy Dogs has stepped in to help.
The initial fear was that she might have to be euthanized, and that's not going to happen. We'll work to get her the appropriate care. If it turns out that she has a more aggressive form of mammary cancer, then we'll provide hospice care and let her live a life where she's in a family and she's loved until her time is up.
Giving dog lovers hope. Man's best friend may never really be lost. After all.
When I said your pit bull found me, she found us.
In Nashville, Janet Kim, News Channel 5 HD.
Lazy in my butt.
While there's a certain joy when it comes to owning a pet, it also has some drawbacks. A man in Helena, Montana, Wayne Klinkle, knows how rough it can be to have a mischievous dog. Klinkle was recently reimbursed $500 by the U.S. Treasury after his pet golden retriever named Sundance ate 5 $100 bills. The long ordeal began last Christmas when the Klinkle family, including the pooch, went on a road trip from Montana to Colorado. When Wayne and his wife stopped at a restaurant for dinner, they left Sundance in the car along with 6 monetary bills. 5 were hundreds and 1 was $1. Clearly, Sundance has expensive taste because when the Klinkles returned to the vehicle, the $1 bill was on the seat along with half of 1 chewed-up hundred. The rest of the money was eaten by the pooch. After that day, the family chased Sundance, eager for him to pass all of the money. By March, they managed to clean and piece together most of the bills. In April, Wayne mailed the taped bills in baggies to the federal treasury, and just recently, he got the full $500 back in the form of a check.
Who says only humans can participate in marathons? An Evansville, Indiana dog named Boogie recently completed the YMCA half marathon without the company of his human. City police say that Boogie was not only the first dog to accomplish the feat without a chaperone, he probably broke a course record in the independent dog category. They're not entirely sure though, as Boogie wasn't officially registered for the race and his time not recorded. Failure to properly sign him up wasn't an oversight on the part of his family. They didn't even know he was running. It appears that Boogie had left his home, gotten to the race's starting point, and ran the entire course without tipping them off to his plan. Officials didn't realize the dog was unattended until after he crossed the finish line. That's when people realized Boogie wasn't there with anybody, and police called the shelter. However, in all of the excitement, the dog never received his medal for finishing. After race officials realized the oversight, the YMCA made sure Boogie got his reward for completing the marathon.
Rory the cat might not want to admit it, but a dog saved his life.
It was one of those situations where it was a do or die, so he would have died if we did nothing.
Rory had eaten rat poison and needed an immediate blood transfusion.
He was dying. We didn't have time for the cat blood to arrive or to be matched.
Desperate, Rory's owner asked her friend to donate blood from her black lab, Macy.
So I never heard anything like that before in my life. I thought she was joking. I hadn't heard of doing that or read about it. It's not something you'll find in any textbook.
To the surprise of everyone, the unusual dog-to-cat blood transfusion was a success. Both pets are doing great.
He's not out fetching the newspaper or peeing on power poles or barking yet, but he's just the normal cat that we have, playful, friendly, smoochy, yeah.
Felipe Maya, CBSNews.com.
Thank you. New at 6, he fought for our country overseas, now a veteran fighting his Property Owners Association in his Hobe Sound community.
The group says he can't keep his service dog in his home. Ari Height joins us live from the newsroom. And Ari, this vet says he's being harassed about keeping his dog.
Yeah, that's what he tells me. Nick Spagnola moved into his home in Hobe Sound about 2 years ago. He got his service dog, Scarlet, about a year after that. And he says shortly after Scarlet came to his home, he started getting letters from the POA telling him Scarlet had to go.
Come on, Scarlet. Come on, girl.
It's one thing Nick Spagnola looks forward to. Walks around his Hobe Sound neighborhood with his pit bull mix, Scarlet. But he's quick to point out Scarlet is not his pet. She's his service dog.
She's very good as far as emotional support. She'll help me to wake up in the morning.
Spagnola is a Navy veteran. He served in Kuwait City and Somalia in the early 90s. He is now disabled and says he needs Scarlet. But his Property Owners Association, his POA, has told him he can't have her.
Just to kind of give you some background.
Spagnola showed me a folder full of paperwork, 8 months of documents, letters he's exchanged with the POA and with their attorneys. Their argument is simple. POA regulations say no pets more than 20 pounds. Scarlet is about double that. But again, Spagnola insists the regulations don't apply here because Scarlet is not a pet. She's a service dog.
I've got some medical issues, and Scarlet's kind of alleviates a lot of those.
And Spagnola has sent the POA and its attorneys letters saying that, confirming he's disabled. Notes from doctors and from Veterans Affairs. The POA's response? They want details. What's the disability? How does Scarlet help? Spagnola says that is none of their business.
It's a violation of my privacy, and I really don't want, strangers as well as other residents here knowing the full extent of my disabilities.
So today, Scarlet remains with Spagnola.
Want to give me kisses?
He's not sure what's going to happen tomorrow.
And I'd love to tell you the POA side to this story, but they're not talking. I called them. They said they're not allowed to comment because attorneys are involved here. And when I called their attorneys, I left a message. They did not call me back. Reporting live in the newsroom, Ari Height, WPBF 25.
Who would like a future bright and healthy?
I'll bite. What should I do?
The path for dogs and cats is through spaying and neutering.
Huh? Spare the world of unwanted, unloved pups and kittens.
Will I still be me after?
The crystal says you will be the same sexy beast you are now.
Hey, that's my line. I'm the one in the crystal ball.
Contact the Mayor's Alliance for New York City's animals about low-cost spaying and neutering in your area.
The last time anyone from Air Canada saw Larry the dog alive was here at SFO. His flight to British Columbia on Monday was delayed, so an Air Canada employee took the tan and white greyhound out of his kennel for a potty break, but then the dog escaped. The cargo crew and airport employees immediately began searching. They put up posters, called local shelters, and broke the news to Judah Kulik.
I specifically said the dog was never to be taken out of the carrier unless he was in a completely enclosed area.
Kulik was trying to get the dog to a new owner in Canada since Larry's original owner had died. Kulik warned the airline to be careful.
All Italian greyhounds, or almost any dog, and especially an Italian greyhound, is going to be scared. Their only defense mechanisms are fight or flight. Any animal has fight or flight, and this is a flight dog.
Air Canada's website says an animal's safety and comfort are top priorities. But then an airline spokesperson sent an email to our sister station in Sacramento that was likely meant for a co-worker on how to handle the situation. The email from Peter Fitzpatrick, manager of corporate communications, said, "I think I would just ignore. It is local news doing a story on a lost dog. Their entire government is shut down and about to default, and this is how the U.S. media spends its time." We show the email to Kulik.
I'm sure I'm horrified. I'm absolutely horrified that they don't take this any more seriously than they have.
Got no excuse, and is that alright? Yeah. I give my gun away when it's loaded, is that alright? Yeah. You don't shoot it, how am I supposed to hold it? Is that alright? Yeah. I give my gun away when it's loaded, is that alright?
It's hearing that animal cry while it's in the kennel. You don't.
25 to 30,000 animals every year that have to be euthanized in Clark County. You know, you pretend like it doesn't exist, and you know, you use euphemisms like, "Oh, we put him to sleep," or "It's not our fault," and "Boy, isn't that terrible?" But I guess it brought it into reality when I had to do it, and I probably had to euthanize close to 30,000 animals, and most of which were fine, you know, adoptable. That's nothing wrong with them, but they had to be destroyed.
Is that alright? Is that alright? Is that alright? Is that alright?
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake. So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. You know, but it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, you know, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello? That's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.